very monthly, but
that's what I do best. All right, nosebleed. What's going on, Secoya Nation? Dr. Shirley bringing you today's wellness wisdom. And if you ever had a nosebleed, they suck. And if you do not tip back. Tip forward. Okay? Word of the wise. Anyway, public service announcement. So let's talk about nosebleeds. I had these a lot when I was a kid. That's why it was a special interest to me. One of my participants asked me about it the other day, so I'm like, well, let's talk about it because I'm sure a few of you out there have had a nosebleed before. And as a result, we're going to talk about what it means from a brain-body standpoint. You know, if you get socked in the nose, that's a trauma, right? But if you're all of a sudden you're just like, and all of a sudden, oh, I got freaking blood all over my hands, or in a Kleenex or whatever you got going on. So I was reflecting on the research ideas between the brain-body disconnect and understanding, like, wow, that kind of makes sense. So first and foremost, they talk about thinking less of yourself. A self-evaluation conflict is the technical term related to something that smells bad. It's like something that is disappointing matter. So let's say a child takes responsibility or an adult takes responsibility for their partner's disappointment, if you will. They can feel like that stinks, it's disappointing. I feel ashamed, I feel self-evaluation, I must have caused it, things like that. And so a part of that is it's like a self-punishment. So the bleeding is almost like I must punish myself for something I did, something that I didn't do, judging oneself for having acted or not acted, and things like that. Your actions or inactions may have caused them to get worse. As a result, then it's just like this self-punishment. It's related back to that self-evaluation, if you will. And so when you are not in alignment with, let's say, your higher values, right? Moral, spiritual, whatever, if you were raised in a religion or something like that, if you're out of alignment with that and you feel shame, you feel self-evaluation because of that, that can affect. Because remember, the nose is about something that stinks, right? It's something that's offensive. And as a result, if you're feeling like you did something offensive, things like that, then it will manifest in that shape and form, if you will. Oftentimes people have anguish or fear as a result of after having what they've done or what they didn't do, for that matter. And so they may feel like they have acted dishonorably. Oftentimes it happens within the family, so that's why kids oftentimes get nosebleeds, because they take responsibility for the parents' stress, things of that nature. But the greater the intensity of the nosebleed, the longer it lasts, it gives you kind of an indication of how intense that conflict is for that person. And so that's kind of the family dynamic and the shame and the self-evaluation that wraps around that. There is, of course, somewhere along the lines, the idea that you had to leave, either physically, emotionally, whatever it might be, leave the home against your will, like you were pushed out of a relationship, pushed out of the clan, the family, stuff like that. They often refer to the clan in German medicine, but it's your family. And so the last point we're talking about is when you feel like you might fear death, sometimes the sight of your own blood can remind you, like, hey, I'm still alive. I'm not going to die. Sometimes our brain might need to remind us, like, no, you're not dying. You're still here. And as a result, here's a little blood to show you that actually you're still kicking. So run this back. I know I don't speak very slowly, so forgive me for that. I have tried to figure out how to turn it down. I guess I need to either give myself a sedating substance of some sort or just play it slower. Put it on half speed. But rewind it, listen to it again, share it with somebody who gets nosebleeds a lot, or if you did as a kid, you have some insights now. Maybe you can talk to your parents and say, what was your recollection of this? And stuff like that. It's just helpful to grow, helpful to learn about yourself and understand yourself. So if it's inspiring, share it. If it sucks, give it a thumb down, whatever you can. I don't know if you can do that on here. But anyway, we love you. Appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow for the Wisdom. All right, guys. Bye.